Every sip of Coca-Cola brings you closer to the excitement of the FIFA World Cup 26. Because nothing compares to the joy. So grab a Coke and drink in the FIFA World Cup 26. No purchase necessary. 13 plus in 50 U.S. states and D.C. with a web-enabled device. Ends March 1st with 8 entry periods. Rules at CokeURL.com/soccer rules.
Welcome back to Victory Drive, everybody. All right, this week we've got on Byron Horton. Byron Horton is the man behind Whitetail Experience. I'm sure you guys have seen him pop across your Instagram or YouTube or something like that. He's mostly into archery and bow hunting, you know, all that good fatty stuff like that. And he does a lot of videos on YouTube about like gear reviews, hunts, and all that good shit. Just really trying, getting out there in the outdoor space and doing what he loves to do as well. And that's hunt and talk about hunting and show you guys what he's learned through his experiences as well. Also, we have a very good conversation about guns. He also does love guns. You know, just because he likes archery and bow hunting doesn't mean he doesn't like guns. So we have a really good conversation revolving around guns, handguns, and other stuff that he had questions about. And I do my best to answer some of his questions, whether they're fucked up or not. I don't know. I'll let you guys be the judge of that one. You know, let me know if what I said was wrong or right or whatever. But Byron, great guy. Glad to have him on. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We'll get into the partners of Victory Drive. And like always, Victory Drive is brought to you by Grizzly Coolers. Grizzly Coolers is, I'll just say, in my opinion, the leaders of the hard-sided cooler game. They make grade A hard-sided coolers right down the street in Decorah, Iowa. All of them are made in-house. R&D'd in-house, everything done right there in their at their headquarters in Decorah, Iowa. Not a lot of cooler brands can say that they're even made in America, let alone the Midwest. So if you're a Midwest person and you love supporting, you know, your local businesses, I would consider Grizzly Coolers a local business, at least to myself. If you're not local to the area or the Midwest, even, they're still an American-made product. You know, you can't. It's really hard to say no to that. They're employing Americans, making shit in America, bringing it all back. So that's always good to see. But aside from their hard-sided coolers, they're constantly redoing and revamping their soft-side cooler game and their drinkware. Those are two things that come from Grizzly that I really do believe are often slept on. They're great fucking products. I use them every day. I use the Grizzly drinkware every day. The thin metal pint glass that you get from Grizzly, great for milk. Kurt said it, and I attest it as well. It's fucking great. If you're a milk drinker, put that shit in a Grizzly metal pint glass, and it is delectable. All right? I know you guys will agree because it's just great. If you don't agree, then I don't know, dude. I don't know what to tell you. Get your fucking taste buds fixed or something because that's wrong. But also, Grizzly Coolers, just great people. They got behind Victory Drive at a very early stage. So it's a brand that believes in what I'm doing here at Victory Drive, and they're just outdoors people, just like us. You know, how they're fulfilling their dreams and doing what they can for the outdoor community. So, with that said, Grizzly Coolers code is WCB for 15% off. So use code WCB for 15% off. Also, Huntworth. Huntworth is a great clothing company that has been with Victory Drive for quite a while as well. You guys know them probably best by their tartan, camo pattern, but they're constantly doing new shit. They're constantly looking at what new stuff they can bring to the game, whether it's a new camo pattern or a new article of clothing, the heat boost. I mean, my goodness, that Grayling hoodie, holy shit, that's awesome. I mean, that's probably my favorite piece of Huntworth gear is that Grayling hoodie. It's infused with that heat boost technology, keeps you way warmer when you're out there, and it does a lot for wind protection. So it's a lot like very similar to the Shelton hoodie. It's just a lot warmer. It breaks the wind really well, and it has heat boost in there. So it's fucking great. use code WCB15 to save some money from Huntworth. That's WCB15 to save some money on Huntworth. Also, Mountain Ops, grade A supplement company. Great people behind that brand as well. Just seems like really good people behind Mountain Ops, and it's a company that I feel like I can get behind, and I use their products every day. I use their pre-workout in the mornings when I wake up at 4 in the morning to go to the gym, and give me a little pep in my step so I can get out there and pump some fucking iron. So I also Ignite. Like their Ignite is a staple product. Use that in place of your energy drinks. Get you through the day. If you have a long work day ahead of you, just get a nice heaping scoop of Ignite. Pour that down in your water receptacle. Swish it around a little bit. Drink your down. It's awesome, and it tastes great too. It's one of those things where a lot of times those powdered brands, you drink them because you're like, I should, because I'm sick of buying fucking monsters at Casey's and whatnot. But it also tastes great. Some of them just taste like shit, but you just feel like you need to do it. But Mountain Ops does taste really, really good. And also, I use their creatine. Their creatine's creatine, right? But it's a really well priced, and it's even better priced if you use code VICTORY to save some money off Mountain Ops. So you want to get some creatine, some Ignite, some Yeti. If you want to go to the gym and get yoked, then use code VICTORY to save some money with Mountain Ops. Also, guys, really big announcement here. All right, I think you guys are really going to enjoy this. It's a company that I've had my eyes on for quite a while. They've been tearing it up in the outdoor game, just getting the best prices available, I feel like, for us outdoorsmen. And that company is Black Ovis. I know you guys have heard of Black Ovis before on the WCB side of things and with CC Hunt Files, rest in peace. But Black Ovis is a fucking great company. They have some of the best prices for some of the highest quality gear out there from what I've seen. Just the other day, it was actually last week, I went to Shields. So I like to pop in there, see what they got for sale. I like to hit up the sales section in Shields because I'm a poor, so I like to look at their sale items. And I went over there and they had some boots for sale. And I've been thinking, my hunting boots I've had were some Danners, and they're great, but they were meant for upland hunting more or less. And they weren't really great in the hills where I hunt quite a bit. But they're still great boots. They're uninsulated, but they stayed nice and warm. But they've been getting tore up. Like they got some holes in them, a lot of really good wear and tear. It's time for me to get a new pair of boots. So I went and perused Shields for a new pair of boots. I looked at the boots they had on sale, and there's a pair of Alpha Burley Pros. For some reason, I haven't ever had rubber boots. I know that's weird and probably sacrilegious as a whitetail hunter, but I've just never had them. I've always had leather boots that were either Gore-Tex lined or waterproof to some extent, but I've never had rubbers, and I'm really thinking about getting into the rubber game and to see how it is, a little bit taller, scent control, all that good stuff. So I was looking at them Alpha Burleys, really contemplating whether I should get them or not. I was looking around for a worker because I was just going to pull the trigger. I'm like, fuck it. They're $200. They're regularly priced at $239.99, and I was just going to get them. But when I was looking around for a sales associate, I decided to look up Black Ovis and see what the prices were, or if they even had Alpha Burleys on Black Ovis. I looked them up. Turns out they do have lacrosse Alpha Burleys on Black Ovis, and I looked at the price, and holy shit, they're $189 for I think they're 800 gram insulated Alpha Burleys. I'm like, well, what the fuck? That's not even a sale price for Black Ovis. They're just better. They're just better priced. They beat Shields when they're on sale there. So if you guys haven't checked out Black Ovis, just check them out. They've got really good prices. One-stop shop for all of your outdoor needs. They've got footwear. They've got clothing. They've got camping gear. They got archery shit. They got the Arrow ID builder if you're into that kind of thing. You're sick of building your own arrows. You just want someone that does it all for a living to build your arrows for you and ship them to your house. Check it out. They've also got a whole bunch of shooting gear. They got tripods, earmuffs, like Walker earmuffs that I use too. Actually, when I'm out in the range shooting, they're the electronic earmuffs. They're great. You can hear so well with them. And then once you start shooting, it goes boom, and just deadens it instantly. They're amazing. I love those electronic earmuffs. And if you guys don't have a pair of them either and you shoot a lot, you should really think about getting some because they are fucking awesome. You just leave them on. You can still talk. You can hear super well, honestly, with them until you start shooting. Then it just shuts it down and it starts muffing it out. So yeah, Black Ovis, awesome company. Very happy to be working with them and very happy that they jumped on board and started supporting the show. I think they're a great company that just makes sense over here with Victory Drive and all of you guys as well. So with that, they also gave me my own code, which is code VICTORY. So if you want to save some money on Black Ovis gear, which is anything on the store, I do believe, use code VICTORY at checkout. Save yourself some coin. All right, guys. Oh, shit, fuck. I almost forgot. Got to talk about hunt camps. So this year we're going to Wyoming for bear camp. And I got to let you know, if you guys have been wanting to go with me and if you reached out to me, I do apologize if you didn't make it. So I had to do Wyoming bear camp as basically a first come, first serve, right? So the people that tell me they are interested, I send them the info for the hunt and the paperwork they need to fill out. I send that to them, and then they send it back to Trey and send Trey a deposit. Once that's all done, they get marked as going, like they're going. And I could only take 4 people max to bear camp, right? And it filled up pretty quick, honestly. So if you reached out to me and you wanted to go into bear camp and you didn't make the cut, I'm so sorry that happened, but it's just the way it had to be done. So bear camp is full for 2024, but I am taking people that are interested in 2025. So, you can still hit me up on Instagram, Facebook, or my email and just let me know if you're interested in going to bear camp for 2025. That's probably going to fill up pretty quick too. We dropped the price to $2,500 and made it more of a it's like a drop camp style hunt now. So I hope to see you guys in 2025 at bear camp, and just get it while getting's good, because those spots fill up quick. And there's only 1 week. I don't have unlimited time away from the job, so I can only go for a week. So there's only 1 week that we're doing in Wyoming bear camp. So if you want to go, let me know and we'll get you in there right away. But it's gonna fill up quick. So anyways, enough of bear camp. It's going to be a good time. But those of you that wanted to go, I'm sorry that you didn't get it. I'm sorry. And those that are going, fucking glad to have you. It's going to be a good time. But what is not full is Africa. If you motherfuckers want to go to Africa, let me know there. That I still have 5 slots available for Africa. So that one's a little bit harder to fill. I understand that Africa is a big ask. You guys it's tough. It's a long trip, kind of expensive, but it's not overly expensive. And we're trying to give everyone plenty of time, but time is ticking. Time is ticking, and it's getting closer and closer and closer. So if you guys want to go to Africa, if you're even thinking about going to Africa, please reach out and let me know, and we can figure it out together. All right. It's really not impossible to save some money for a dream hunt like Africa. It's so much fucking fun. It's an absolute blast. I know you guys would have a blast in Africa as well. So if you want to go to Africa, please let me know, and we'll get you on the list. Those dates are August 26th through September 3rd. All right, so once again, let me know, because it's getting closer. We really got to start filling these slots and getting planning on Africa. Okay, guys? So hit me up on Instagram, Facebook, or my email, which is victorydrivepod@gmail.com. Let me know what you're thinking about Africa and all that good shit. Or DM me on Instagram or Facebook or anything like that. So, all right, enough of that rambling, guys. I'll let you get to the episode. So please welcome Byron Horton from Whitetail Experience. All right, Byron Horton, how you doing, man?
Dude, I am well. Didn't get a little hunting in over the weekend. We got some cold temps coming, and tomorrow is ATA, so I'm not going, but I will be kind of glued to the interwebs when time allows to see what new gizmos and gadgets are coming to the market.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be fun. I am going to ATA for the first time this year with Kurt and the WCB boys. I know gun podcast, going to an archery trade show thing, but you know, I shoot bows too. I love bow hunting. It's a good time.
There's a lot of crossover there. We're all red-blooded Americans. So.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I'm trying to. I think kind of what Kurt saw in me, and also everything else is like I'm a bow hunter, but I'm also a gun guy, and I like to gun hunt. But I also just like love the sport shooting aspect of things too. I'm not saying I'm not like a competitive shooter. I never shot competitively. I'm not saying I won't someday, but it's just I've always grown up loving shooting and guns, and that was like my first passion. I've never been like passionate about archery, but I'm passionate about like guns. Like that's stuff that I like to kind of mess around with and learn a lot about. Like bows for me, it's like I get a good bow, I shoot it, and I'm like, all right, cool. This is what I got. This is my setup. Don't sway from it.
Yeah.
But,
well, and when you look at return or what holds their value better, firearms hold their value way better. In fact, I think I bought my first firearm was a Remington 870. I bought slightly used for like $225. Like, dude, if I could have bought every 870 in that $200 price range at that time, I could be selling them right now for what, $4?
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah, they definitely they at least adjust with inflation. So
yeah.
I mean,
yeah, your bow doesn't do that, dude. It drops like a rock, and kind of every brand but Matthews really drops a little bit faster, I feel like.
I do too. I feel like guns are maybe it's just the American in us. Like guns are just ingrained into our DNA. But also guns, I don't want to get any hate for this, and you know, feel free to disagree, but I feel like a really well manufactured gun, so a lot of times they're like works of art, and you look at them, you're like, oh my gosh, that is so beautiful. Bows, unless you're talking trad bows, like they're not really works of art. Like they're high tech pieces of machinery, maybe, but they're not like, I don't know. I don't look at my compound really and be like, damn, that's fucking beautiful. I just look at them like, that's a cool compound, you know?
Yeah.
Like
I'm with you.
Yeah. Trad bows do though. They do have a lot of workmanship and stuff that go into a lot of trad bows, and those are like works of art a lot of times too. So
yeah, the wood ones that have some cool looks. Yeah, don't get me wrong, but I'm with you. You pick up some firearm, and plus, dude, like I don't know about you, but I got a man crush on 1911s in general.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that was my first handgun. I shouldn't say first. It was the first handgun that I personally bought. So.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So this, I had a gold star question here when you kind of said, hey, you want to do a podcast? I'm like, absolutely. I was like, but like, I have some gun questions. So I bought a Rock Island 1911, 18 months ago, we'll call it. And it was a good little entry. And I heard like through my YouTube research or whatever, like, okay, if you're going to get a budget one, Rock Island's not a terrible brand, but I'm not going to lie. I kind of wish I spent like another $200 to $300 and got into like the $800 price range, maybe a Springfield, maybe one of the higher end or mid-level Kimbers, some of that stuff. Do you have a recommendation for somebody looking just under or at the $1,000 mark for a 1911? Do you have a brand you like?
Oh yeah, Springfield for sure.
Okay.
They're in my opinion.
Which model?
The Operator.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about? Okay. That one's
because
fucking
it's got the green G10 grips. It's got the rail system underneath for a light.
Yep. I think that's probably it's like in my opinion, probably the best all around 1911 for the price. It's the most bang for your buck. It's not the cheapest. It's not the most budget 1911, but it's not like the super high end like 1911s, you know. So it's a really solid,
like a Dan Wesson or some of the other stupid high end. So you know what other brand I've been seeing also that they very much compare it to is Bull Armory, which I think is out of Israel, but like on the interwebs, it's getting a lot of credit in some of the gun forums is like, hey, if you find this at the same price as the TRP, it's worth looking at.
Mm-hmm. You said it's bull armory?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever even seen them, honestly.
Okay. Yeah. If you kind of, they make so they were the first ones to introduce like a 2011 that was more in the sub $2,000 range. That's what kind of put them on the map, if you will.
Okay.
But their 1911s are kind of more targeting what I'll call like the Springfield TRP. Then they have some models in that like $1,100 to $1,300 mark where they're not as cheap as maybe even the second level Kimbers. I feel like I never see Kimber get talked about too much in the 1911 like mid-level price point. Like I know they make a lot of them, but like I just don't see them on the YouTube on gun forums as much. Why is that?
They kind of got a bit of a bad reputation for just their reliability. They've had some issues. They look good, like they're pretty guns. They're just not like I don't know. I had a Kimber Raptor 2. That was the first 1911 I bought. It was a Kimber Raptor 2, and it was cool. Like I liked it, but it didn't shoot near as well as my Springfield did. Okay. So I just whenever I went out shooting, it's like it was kind of so the Kimber. I just had some feeding issues. It would double feed in the stovepipe quite a bit. I don't know what really the issue was, but it just had a lot of issues with just the way it ran, or just wouldn't feed properly all the time. And I take care of my shit, especially 1911s. I clean them pretty good, and then lube them up. I'm not. That's
like the sports car, right? Like they're not your pickup truck fire.
Yeah, exactly. But like that Springfield, dude, that thing ran. It just ate everything I put into it. And then the Kimbers were really finicky on what brand of ammo. Like I couldn't feed it like the cheapest ammo I could find. Had to be pretty decent ammo in order for it to run decent. But the Springfield, it ate everything and it just shot. It was awesome. Okay. I like that one a lot. I really wish I wouldn't have gotten rid of it. But, times are tough when you're poor.
Yeah. No, I hear you. Yeah. Springfield's on the list. I know, I'm trying to think of their the Ronin, I think, is their model also. That's like, I think it's under $1,000 and it comes with a fiber optic front. I believe you can get a model even with front slide serrations too. So like, but I'm not gonna lie, I have a brother-in-law with that, the TRP, what is it? The officer, or what do they call that model?
Yeah. Like the shorter
referenced? One? No, the operator, sorry.
Oh, the operator, yeah, okay. That's the full 5-inch.
Yeah. Did you see they just came out with that, I think, this year in 9mm, like full size, and the guys were like, this is like so smooth shooting in 9.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I might have missed that one. I don't know. I didn't see that. Is it just is it like a 2011 style, like double stack 9mm, or is it still single stack?
No, still okay. Single stack. So I think you're 10+1 if you fully loaded or whatever. But the guys at the range had both the 45 and the 9, and the guys were like, man, this gun in 9mm is like, no, just because they're heavier, it's just dude, this is a dream to shoot.
Yeah, no, that's why those 2011s are so nice, because they have the weight of a 1911. They feel good in the hand like a 1911. They're beautifully crafted.
You get that trigger.
You got that crisp trigger, that single action trigger, and they shoot. And when you have like the lesser recoil of a 9mm pounding away with a heavy gun like a 1911, they're going to shoot great. Like they're just going to feel good. So even that 45, that's what makes 1911 so special, my opinion. Being all metal framed and everything else, like that makes that 45 feel not bad. Like it feels good. Like it's easy to shoot. It feels kind of like a pooch, just because it's so heavy.
Yeah, it absorbs it really well. I was shocked when I pulled my first mag, or put my first mag down range, and I was like, oh, big gun really handles that big bullet well. And I have like a steel plate out back or whatever that I shoot, and it definitely moves a lot more when that 230 grains hits it versus even I shoot it with everything from 17 HMRs to my muzzleloader. But that 45, when it hits that plate, it moves a pretty damn good bit.
It's different. That's for sure. It makes a difference. It really feels it. Yeah. No, I also had a Sig Sauer Scorpion for a little while too. That was a nice one.
Okay.
That's pretty nice. The only thing I didn't like about that is the Cerakote on it. Started chipping really bad. Like I can deal with like wear marks and stuff from holster wear. Like that's not a big deal, but it started chipping really bad for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it's just my model or something, but the finish on it wasn't the best, but it shot great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of my thing is like, so the Rock Island, like, I don't know, you can see some like lesser welds, like cosmetically, like there are some things I would change. The trigger's actually pretty good for a budget 1911. Like, I can upgrade the sights. I can upgrade the grips or whatever. Like those are kind of interchangeable where like, okay, I can go spend an extra $100 and get better grips to my door and stuff. But yeah, just looking at it and now having it for 18 months, I'm like, man, I kind of wish I got a little better one. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. Well, especially when you start pricing things out and everything else. And you're like, well, fuck. Like I could have just bought a little bit, like just the next step up, you know, I guess if you want to put it that way. It's kind of like with rifles too. Like there's definitely, when you're talking budget, like buying guns and stuff on a budget, because I'm not rich by any means. So I'm always looking at price, like what's the best bang for my buck. But I also don't want to buy a piece of shit just because it's cheap, you know. So I always kind of go by like the best bang for your buck and the best you can afford in pretty much anything when it comes to that kind of stuff. Because like with rifles too, I mean, there's a big difference between like a Winchester XPR rifle and even something similarly priced like a Tikka or something, you know, when you're talking rifles, like it's a huge difference, like just in the accuracy, in the feel, you know, those, like I'm a huge Winchester fan, but when they came out with like their budget line, the XPR line, it's kind of like, I don't know, there's
other budget rifles you would spend money on it.
Right.
Is that what I'm?
Yeah, pretty much. When you're talking like accuracy, consistency between rifle to rifle, I just feel like they missed it a little bit with that. Okay. And even when you're talking something like just a little bit more expensive, like a Tikka, you're going to get way more consistency with your accuracy. You're still not going to get like an awesome stock and like a beautiful rifle with a lower end Tikka or nothing like that. But, you know, like when you're talking rifles like Bergara, like they're in that, you know, $1,500, $2,000 range, depending on what rifle you choose. And they're fucking like lights out and they look good. They look good, feel good, and they shoot great. So it's like, when you're in that $1,500, that's when shit really gets competitive in rifles. Is when you're in that $1,500 to $2,000 range. There's a lot of really good rifles in that range.
Yeah, but me and my buddy Dave too. We talk about sometimes like we're talking gun purchases and like we're like, you know, it's kind of also cool to have like a few different guns, right? Where you maybe like you said you don't buy the toppest of the end, but like. Oh, you have a 22 mag revolver and a 38 revolver. Well, you also have a 6-inch 38 revolver. You know, if you can find, I don't know, the right level of price to performance for your abilities and what you want to do, like, I don't know, that's something we've been discussing lately. I actually just picked up, I built slowly a Glock 19 clone from Palmetto State Armory, if you will. Mm-hmm. Their dagger. Where I bought like the lower is what I'm going to call it. They marked them on sale for like $69. So that's the serial part number one. And I had to pay the FFL fee. And then I waited 6 months and they just put like a RMR slide and threaded barrel combo on there for $200. So for just about $300 now, I have a Glock 19 clone, and I plan to put like a budget-friendly like red dot on top of it because I got it with the RMR, thinking that would be my first handgun with some sort of red dot on it. But that's been a cool. I don't know. I've researched it. I've seen enough of like plus 1,000 round reviews of that thing to okay, I'm going to spend a little money on this. This will be a good like just kind of do all handgun. I do want something with a red dot to shoot recreationally, and maybe this will be the nightstand gun that I can put a light on as well. And,
for sure.
Yeah. So I built that over the last year, just kind of watching for deals, if you will.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry. Did you say you have an RMR for it or?
No.
No,
So
okay.
so it came with like the arm. The slide has the cut and the plate
sure.
or whatever on top.
Okay.
And it's got like the elevated sights, so you can, what do they call that? Cross reference? I don't know. But like I said, I am an entry level gun guy here.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, you're good. So you have I guess they're red dot, like the iron sights that can clear like the red dots. So if your red dot goes out, battery dies in it or something like that, you can still use your irons.
Exactly.
Right.
And from like a spending thing. So I spent $60 6 months ago, right, to get it to buy the lower half, and then I've been waiting, kind of just looking for deals, and I didn't want to blow all that cash at one time, and now I picked up the upper half for $200 here last month and free shipping, so that was huge.
Oh, nice.
And now I'll look for maybe a Sealy or a kind of budget level red dot here over the next, I don't know, year, and just that way, I'm not dropping $400 or $500 all at one time to have a handgun with a red dot on top of it.
Oh yeah.
And my thought too is that thing takes Glock mags, Glock parts, Glock aftermarket triggers. Like I can do a lot with that because it's got the like Glock base, if you will.
Yep.
Are you familiar with PSA? Do you have thoughts around Palmetto State Armory?
No, I think they're good. They make really good stuff for the price. Like I think they're a really solid budget company. Some guys like to poo-poo on them, but I don't really know why. I've never personally heard from someone that has PSA stuff, especially like in the AR realm, when they're like, yeah, I shoot my PSA AR and it shoots fine. Like it doesn't shoot like a Daniel Defense, but it shoots fine. Like it shoots good. It's decent accuracy and stuff and everything else. So it does what I need it to do. But when you're talking like guys that are spoiled, then they shoot a PSA and they're like, oh, this thing sucks ass. It's like, well, yeah, I mean, you're used to shooting like super high end stuff. Like you have to come to it. It's not going to be that sports car, or whatever, or super luxury vehicle. It's like, it's just a workhorse brand for.
It's the Honda Civic of the AR realm.
Yeah.
Like it'll run. And if a guy's like myself, like I'm not a serious shooter, but do I want an AR? Fuck yeah, I do.
Yeah, dude, for sure. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things, especially with the way politics are going now. I feel like everyone should go buy an AR just because you never know when that hammer's gonna drop and you're not gonna be able to get them. So it's like get out there and get it now while you can, and hopefully, and if they never end up banning them, then great, you still have a cool AR. And it's like get whatever you can afford because you never know. But,
dude, my wife came home. It was the day the parachuters with the in the Gaza Strip.
Oh yeah.
She goes, man, my wife's family sits on the right side of all these politics, but she looked at me. She goes, I know you probably have an AR in mind. Like she goes, I think we should buy one. This is like the third time in the last 18 months of civilization that shit might hit the fan at some point, and we are going to be sitting there wishing we had the AR. And so I literally fired up a cart the next day with I put one of those 6 Hour Romeo red dots on the top.
Oh yeah.
Got a couple mags. Like I had a little like cart built and credit card was swiped within about 6 hours of that green light from my wife. So.
Yeah, you got to jump on that. If you wait too long and him-haw around, then, maybe an attitude changes and you're like, you got to take that opportunity when you can. Yeah. When I bought this, I've talked about it quite a bit on the podcast, but I bought this Ruger M77 Hawkeye, and it's a 30-06. I'm like, dude, I just have so many plans for that rifle. But I was at the gun shop, and I was him-hawing around and stuff. And I went back home, and I was talking to my wife about it, and I just basically didn't stop talking about it for 3 or 4 days. And she's like, why don't you just go fucking get it? I'm like, yeah, good. I don't know. Good question. I just got in the truck and left. I'm like, I'm going to get it right now. She said it. I'm out of here.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah, but no, AR man, I'm drawing a blank. My AR was put together by a friend of mine. He just built them a while back. I bought this years ago. He just would build them for fun. He just loved tinkering with ARs and shit. And I can't even tell you what all I have on there. I'm pretty sure I have a PSA upper on it though.
Okay,
but I couldn't tell you what the lower is. It's something, it has something, I wish I could remember. It's something has some Templar writing on there where it's like, I don't know. It's like, fire is God wills it or something like that. I don't know. It's kind of funny, but I can't remember what the lower is called. But yeah, I bought that quite a few years ago, and I only have one, but it shoots great. And I just feel like in today's day and age, everyone should just go out and get an AR, whether they just have it for plinking and for fun and stuff like that, but just get it just because you never know when that hammer is going to drop. That sucks.
Yeah. So my next one, I hate to say this, there's a handful of companies. PSA also has them too, but like an AR 9mm that takes Glock mags, I think is in my future as far as a fun plinker, a fun, I don't know, 9mm, what, about, let's just call it 50% the cost of a 5.56. But my thought is too, a little bit of zombie apocalypse, shit hits the fan, a AR that takes 9mm and Glock mags. That's a pretty good, like you can jam like the small mags in there. Like then I've got a handgun that also takes the same mags as my AR. Mm-hmm. Like that's a pretty good bug out type, oh shit, situational gun. But, I think it would also be a blast because I could sit there and shoot steel at closer range and not piss off my neighbor. Like I said, I live just on the outskirts of town where I can shoot some 9s and some shotgun shells. I can run a mag or two of 5.56, but I probably couldn't run a couple hundred rounds of 5.56.
Yeah.
Without, somebody getting a little PO just because we're on some smaller lots on the outskirts. But yeah, like a 9mm in AR, I think that would be a fun tool.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Those, what do they call them? PCCs or pistol caliber carbines. Yeah. Those are fun too. I've shot a handful of those, and they're just a good time. I mean, like you said, 9mm is so cheap. So you're talking about getting your fundamentals down because they make ARs, like the AR platform, and they shoot. It's a PCC, but it takes especially the extended Glock mags and stuff, and you really load it up, and you can shoot those all day long and just work on your fundamentals and all that stuff. And that's going to directly transition even when you bump up to 5.56 or bigger, it's just working on your fundamentals for cheap, because 9mm is,
yeah. I
mean, it's so cheap. It's so cheap compared to like everything else. So,
yeah, I think we'll see a couple more variations come out at like SHOT Show here in the next, when's SHOT Show? Like 2 weeks?
Probably. I don't know. I don't even know when SHOT Show is.
Yeah. Well, Vegas, and I want to say it's like a week after ATA, but I'm pretty sure, like, because I think Smith & Wesson just released, I believe it's called the Stance or whatever, and it's like a PCC 9mm AR kind of controls or whatever, and it's even cheaper than their folding carbine or whatever. Have you seen that? I thought about getting that for my father-in-law. He has an M&P. I think he's got the second version of their handgun, but it takes the same mags, but literally a little folding carbine. I mean, that's such a cool little truck gun or nightstand. I mean, it's that thing, in a couple of YouTube reviews I've watched, has done well as well.
Yeah, I think they seem pretty cool, honestly. When I first saw it, I thought it seemed kind of gimmicky, but I don't know. Upon further investigation, I could see the utility for it, for sure.
Yeah. And I don't want anything necessarily like moving parts. It's kind of like stuff on your bow. Like I don't necessarily love moving parts on something. But I mean, I watched a couple gun YouTube guys or whatever. But the one guy, I mean, he did a full blown torture test and drug it through his rocks, put it behind his truck, pulled it a good bit, and he's like, yeah, this thing's holding up. This hinge is pretty good. And obviously Smith & Wesson's a little better brand in the space, if you will.
Yeah, for sure. No, they're not going to put out something that's complete junk. I don't think they really ever have. Everything Smith & Wesson's put out has been pretty solid that I've ever shot. I'm trying to think. Because even some people like to poo-poo on the MMPs, but I think they all shoot well. The triggers aren't the best, but they're not bad. Like they're shootable. So
yeah,
I don't know. I think
and you could pick them up like on sale for like $350.
Oh yeah,
sometimes.
Yeah, they're very affordable. They're honestly, I don't know. I don't know. I don't mind them. I think they're good. And obviously Smith & Wesson revolvers are the shit. Like they're awesome. Like that's kind of what they're. I guess in my mind, they're most known for is their M&P line, their revolvers, like all their revolvers rule. So, yeah, everything I've ever put out was pretty solid. So that's nice. If it was like some random company or new startup gun company that came out with that, I'd be way more leery on it. But
you got a budget revolver company you like? Like, I know Taurus makes a handful of those, like, 2-inch 38s. They also have, like, I think they've got a 3-inch version as well.
Mm-hmm.
I know Taurus kind of has like a reputation for being shit, but also it's like improving.
For sure. No, yeah. I don't have a revolver yet, but I really want to get one. I want to get one in 460 or 500. Really bad.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah.
So I want to get a big boy, one of them big suckers. I want to get one of them real bad so I can go deer hunting with it. I mean, obviously, I know you can deer hunt with a 357 or a 44 mag and shit just fine, but I mean, why? When I can use a 460 Smith & Wesson or a 500 Smith & Wesson, you know?
Sure.
But
yeah, no, I've thought about deer hunting with a handgun at some point. I knew some guys that did it back in the day. Mm-hmm. One guy had a 44 mag. I think he had a Ruger Red Hawk.
Yep. The Super Red Hawks are really good handgun, hunting handguns.
Yeah, I think he had a 44 mag, and I think he even had a pistol scope up top.
Yep. Yeah.
They
make some handgun scopes that are really nice for they have really long relief, like eye relief on them, so you obviously don't need it right up to your fucking eye. That'd be silly.
Yeah.
But yeah, they make some pretty decent scopes for those handgun hunters.
Yeah, and then I think even here in the Buckeye State, in the big book, I'd have to double check this, but like I think even 45 ACP is technically legal, and I think if I was going to do it, a 1911, like I would keep like a 20-yard max, right? We also got to remember these deer get. I mean, right now I'm half hunting with a stick bow. You know, if you told me the lethality of that, like compared to getting hit with a 45 ACP, I mean, I got to believe that 45 is doing a lot more. It is a man stopper. These deer, a lot of these does are under man-sized targets, if you will.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I could see myself in a year where I shoot a buck in November, sitting around in December comes around our gun season. I'm like, well, this would be the year to try and shoot one with a handgun and trying it with a 45 ACP. I know I've seen the 10 millimeter obviously get that seems to be a booming cartridge.
Yeah,
that's been around for a long time. Obviously the Western guys seem to be packing that all the time. They pick up either like a cheap Smith, or one of the Glocks that takes it. It seems to be Dave, my buddy, has the 10 mil from Smith & Wesson.
Yep. Yeah, no, I mean, 10 mil is super popular, especially for bear defense and stuff. Loaded up with some like buffalo boar ammo and, carry with confidence kind of thing. So real quick, let me go back to you were talking about Taurus a little bit earlier.
Yeah, Taurus revolvers. Yeah. What you got any take on those? Because I've thought about picking up a small 38 for either my wife or maybe a different carry that I could put inside jacket pockets.
Mm-hmm. So the only thing I can really say about Taurus is that I've had two different Tauruses, and they were like the semi-autos. It was like a Beretta 92 FS clone, basically from Taurus, and that was. That's kind of junky. My dad loved it, but I thought it was kind of junky. And then I had a Taurus 357 SIG, and that gun shot decent, but it was just kind of sloppy. Like Taurus definitely made a name for themselves for being budget. Like like you grab it and you can tell it's a budget handgun. But in recent years they've really been trying to turn that around and be more of like a bang for your buck kind of company where it's like, hey, we want to make quality guns for the best price. And I think they are getting better. They're really focusing on their revolver line, which I think is super smart. It's really smart to focus on the revolvers first. And I think, what is it? The Taurus G26 or something like that. Don't quote me on that, but that's like their polymer framed Glock equivalent, if you will. And that one looks pretty decent. I've never seen it, but that's just the newer one that came out, I think, like last year or something like that.
Yeah, so the what is it? The G3 is like that's their, like, I don't know, let's call it, that's their double stack 9 millimeter. You can get them in full size or smaller. They also make the GX4, which that is their like stack and a half inch profile. I actually have that and it's got forward slide serrations. It's got steel sights. The one mag is, I think, it's out. It's I don't have it within arm's reach. I think the one mag is 12 capacity. Okay. And then obviously they got the bigger one that sticks out the bottom a little more. It might be 10 and 13 now that I think about it. Like 10 plus 1 and then 13 plus 1 on the bigger mag or something. Okay. But it's I would say it feels way more quality than the G3 series in my opinion, and it looks way more it looks badass. It just looks better too. But it being that inch profile, I've carried that now for a year and like it. It's probably the poor man's 365 or the M&P Shield. Like it's just, it's they're $75 to $100 cheaper than the Shield, I think. And I'm not like I said, I'm not I'm the low level gun guy that I deer hunt, but I kind of like some firearms. Like I don't own a ton, right? I think I have 12 guns in the gun safe, mostly for shooting small game and that kind of thing.
Well, hey, in a lot of countries that's a gun nut, So no, I wouldn't say. I mean, sure, maybe you're not like a fucking gun aficionado, know everything, but you're definitely knowledgeable in it. So don't sell yourself short in that one. So like, I have so many guys that come on this podcast and are like, I don't know shit about guns. Then you get talking to them like, dude, you know plenty. Like you're fine. Like it's good. No big deal. So, but so how does it shoot though? You think compared like because you shot Glocks and shit, right? Glock is kind of
I have shot
for
Glocks.
polymer framed handguns. Like Glock is like the standard, right? So compared to like a Glock, what are you thinking?
Like I don't see it being significantly less. Like I'm not. Yeah, like that. And I shoot my sister has the Shield. And I had a Ruger SR9C for a while too. And I would say I like the Taurus better than the SR9.
Oh, for sure. I can see that. I wasn't a big fan of the SR9, honestly.
I wasn't either. I had the 3.5 inch, the C version, and it was pretty heavy for the size and weight. And I'd take my Taurus over it.
Yeah, I'm lucky, and I went to this gun range. So when I lived in El Paso, there's this gun range that had a huge selection of rentals. So you could just rent them out for, an hour and go. And I'd go out there and I'd shoot all sorts of guns, just like whatever's on the rack. And that was definitely one that I made a mental note of to not buy. So
okay,
yeah, I don't know. I wasn't a huge fan of it personally. I know some guys like it. Like I have a couple friends that have SR9s. They're not really gun guys, like quote unquote gun guys either, but they're like, I like it. It's like, it goes bang every time you pull the trigger. At least for me, it did. And for them, it does too. I'm like, maybe I'm being a little bit too picky where I didn't love the feel of it really. So I don't know.
Now I'll say this, that GX4 didn't like, critical it didn't like critical defense ammo. Now it eats the SIG, the hotter loads. It runs fine on that for my defensive loads. So I did, that's actually the only malfunction I've had out of that. I probably put close to 1,000 rounds through it.
Okay.
So that's a decent test. And it just, for whatever reason, I think it's the feed ramp angle just doesn't love the critical duty, which that is kind of a deal, right? Like, I mean, I feel like that's if you went to a random gun shop in the U.S. and needed to buy self-defense ammo, that's probably there.
Oh yeah, that's super popular. Yep, for sure.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say that's one thing that I'm glad you do. I've talked to a lot of guys that carry, and they've never ran like their defensive loads through their guns. Like, well, it's too expensive. I don't want to shoot it. I'm like, dude, you have to fucking shoot it. You have to shoot it. Otherwise, how do you know if it's going to shoot or not? Like, hollow points are completely different than, your FMJ range ammo. It's like, some guns are just a little bit finicky with hollow points, and some hollow points, like, they're just not, like, they just make them differently. Like, there's so many different variations that can kind of go wrong. Like, your FMJ ball ammo, it is the same pretty much across the board. Besides, unless you're talking grains and like weights and stuff like that. But I'm like, dude, you gotta shoot your hollow points out of there, because how you know it's going to cycle every single time.
Yeah, I don't know. From the gun guys I watch, and that's what they've preached, and so I'm like, yeah, every now and then I'll just take the mag that I'm carrying with. Let me squeeze a few of these off, make sure this is still liking it, right? If I'm gonna depend on that firearm a little more than the others, and this is the one to be testing on a regular basis. But
like I'll shoot my my defensive loads. I'll shoot them out, like all of them, probably every year or two, and just buy it new, just because I'm like, I don't know, I don't like it just sitting in there. So I'll just like grab them, like, I'll just make sure this is still running. I'll just shoot them all. Be like, okay, well, I'll just go buy some more. But like buy a new box of hollow points every year. It's not that big of a deal, just to make sure that your shit can still cycle properly and everything's working fine. Because like, I'm not getting in a whole lot of gunfights in the mean streets of Osage, Iowa. So it's like, I got to make sure it's still working.
Yeah, I'm with you there. And I had one of my 22s. It kind of sounds ridiculous, but they do make like 22 hollow points, right? That are in bulk form. This was back in my college days. I think I bought a box that was maybe Remington or whatever. And yeah, the gun just really didn't like them all that much. And I generally buy the Blazer bulk ammo for that now.
Yeah.
That was something I wanted to ask you. So budget revolver, I have debated between a 22 mag like the WMR, because a lot of those smaller frames you can get 6-8 rounds in pretty easily, or the 38, and obviously now I've got a non-rim fired ammo, but I don't know, if zombie apocalypse happens, it's a lot easier to pick up a couple hundred rounds of 22 WMR than it is 38.
Yeah.
You have a thought there on maybe a couple more rounds in the cylinder versus center fire ammunition versus rimfire.
Yeah, zombies probably aren't gonna rise up anytime soon. But if you're like talking like bug out bag, apocalyptic type situation where you're I'd want something with a little bit more. And I think 38s they're pretty plentiful though too. They're not as plentiful as 22, obviously, but like if you want something that's going to be good for, zombie apocalypse or human apocalypse, it's like,
sure.
Me personally, I'm liking that 38 a whole lot more myself.
I guess the only way I would think about that a little more too is if I owned like a 22 mag rifle of some sort, like if you had a varmint rifle.
Oh, sure. Like survivalist type situation.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because I have a 17 HMR. I bought that back in the day, and I remember I was really debating between the 22 mag and it. And at the time, Horny had just came out with that 17 HMR round, and so it had, I don't know, more science going into that at that time, and so it was a much flatter shooting, great raccoon size animal round, and so I bought it. And nowadays, I kind of wish I had the 22 WMR. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
You got a varminting cartridge or rifle setup you like a little more?
Yeah, I'm just a 22 long rifle guy. It's cheap and super accessible, and when I'm shooting varmints and stuff, I've never had an issue just shooting with 22 long rifle. But when we're talking like varmints around the acreage, but when we're talking like varmint hunting, is that what you're kind of talking about, like prairie dogs, kind of like that type of situation, or squirrel hunting and everything, like rabbits?
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. Playing sniper with the 17 HMR is pretty fun. Like in the big woods, dude, you get an oak flat, especially like here, you can shoot squirrels all the way to the end of January, and most of the times I'm done deer hunting, and you get one of those 40-degree days with a little bit of low wind where they've been pinned up for a couple of days, dude. It is a blast to play sniper with, and that 17, if I can see it, that gun's way more accurate than I will ever be, and so you can shoot them.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I never really I liked 17 HMR. I thought it was a decent round, and whatever. I was never a big small game guy. Then I went out west to South Dakota with Matt Hoynes and Scotty Sullivan. We went shooting prairie dogs, and he brought his 17 HMR and his 17 Wisdom, right? I think it was the 17 Magnum, and that thing was fucking sick. But he's having a little bit of issues with his Magnum one. But I shot the shit out of that 17 HMR and killed a lot of prairie dogs with it, and I loved that. That quickly after that experience, that quickly became my favorite like varminting cartridge. It is so flat, and you could shoot. I was shooting out to 300-400 yards easily, like without much drop. Like, it was awesome. I'm like, damn, this is pretty nice.
Oh yeah, dude. And so I bought that thing back in the day, like the Savage with the Accu trigger and like the heavier barrel and a scope package for like under $250.
Mm-hmm.
And like at the time, right, I'm 19 years old or something. I'm just getting into hunting, and that was so much fun for me to like get in the woods. Like it allowed me to shoot groundhogs in the summer occasionally.
Mm-hmm.
Squirrels. At the time they were talking, they were flirting with coyotes, and it's not enough for yotes. But you know what is ideal for now? I got a shed that sits against the edge of the property, and like I'm on a riverbank, so like I cannot have a groundhog tunnel under that shed, and then that tunnel collapse because my shed will end up probably in the river.
Oh yeah.
So dude, like I see a groundhog, like it is now officially game on. Like that thing will be hopefully dead within the next 2 to 3 business days. Generally, if the kids aren't home, like, and the house is a little quiet, they tend to poke their heads out a little more. But I've smashed some groundhogs since living here at this house with that thing, and it's ideal. 40 yards, groundhog size target.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, that's easy. So my sister, she had at her acreage, she had a pretty bad groundhog issue going on. Like, they were digging underneath the garage, and some of her cement was starting to buckle a little bit from the tunnels and everything else. I'm like, damn, Steve, you gotta kill these fucking groundhogs. She's like, oh, I can't. I'm like, oh, come on. So I went out there for like a day, and I just sat out there and just sat over their holes and kind of bounced between their holes and waited for them to pop out, and they popped out, and I fucking just waylaid them. I think I killed in one weekend of hanging out there, I think I killed probably 5 or 6 groundhogs, and I think that was all of them. Yeah. It was
nice.
We also trapped a few, but yeah, I'm like, you gotta get rid of these things.
They're a little sometimes edgier than you think.
Oh yeah.
I think it's because they get hunted from hawks and stuff. Like if you make a weird move and they see something that has moved quickly at 40, 50 yards, they don't sit there and watch for it. They just run for their holes.
Dude, they're very skittish. They don't, when they get out of their hole too, and they actually exit the hole a little ways, the majority of the time, when I was shooting them, a lot of times they're popping their head out, just looking around.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'd fucking just smack them right in the head. And then that was that. But when they are leaving their holes, they're not messing around out in the open very much. They're going beelining out to the grove or trying to beeline into some cover. They do not like being out in the open very much. It's pretty wild.
Yeah, I shot one this summer with a stick bow. That was awesome.
Oh, nice.
I missed it with the compound where it ran back towards the hole. And I've been shooting my stick bow all summer, and I was like, yeah, that probably wasn't the best idea. And then 10 minutes later, I look out the back, and he's kind of bebopping by my fire pit, and I'm like, all right, let's try this. And full Comanche, sneaking down the left side of my property where I got, I don't know, some CRP type edge sure enough, I smacked him at 12 yards with the stick, and a full blown deer broadhead, a triple blade. Dude, Tiger Woods fist pumped so hard, it was like the kid with the BB gun came out and made, it was hilarious.
That's awesome. How far away were you?
12 yards, which I mean, dude, I don't know, my effective stick bow range ain't much past that, anyways. But yeah, you're talking a smaller target, if you will. He wasn't a giant.
Yeah, they're tiny. I did kill one. I did kill one that was huge. It was huge as fuck. I shot with my 16 gauge shotgun. And so my English Mastiff that I had, sadly passed away a while ago. But he had this one groundhog treed. Like, first of all, I didn't know
they can climb.
I didn't know they climbed. I was like, my dog was out there barking. He's like, woo, 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 you know, just barking away. And I'm like, Ragnar, what are you doing? He's out there. I walk up there. I'm like, what do you got? What do you got, boy? He's like, roo, roo, roo. I look up in this tree. I'm like, oh, shit. And it was a big fucking groundhog. It was a big one. I'm like, okay. So I ran inside, grabbed my shotgun, ran him back out there, and I fucking shot him out of the tree. He fell down. And my dog, when it hit the ground, it was just like a dunk. And it just smacked. And I'm like, oh shit, that's a big ass groundhog. And my dog grabbed it and started whipping it side to side, you know, like dogs do, trying to kill it.
Yeah.
And it was just smacking the sides of his head. I'm like, damn, dude. Like it was probably, I don't know, guesstimating it. It was, probably pushing fucking 8-9 pounds. Like, it was big.
Yeah.
I feel like
big. Yeah. Like, they do get big and they're like low to the ground. Like, I don't know. They're built differently than even a raccoon. But yeah, you catch a big one, man. They're like little bears.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's big. I really contemplated eating it. I was like, man, I wonder what these taste like. And I looked it up, and some people say they taste good. You know, so I was like, oh, okay. Well, I started looking it up and like how you have to process them. Like, there's like an insane amount of scent glands under their skin, so you have to be super careful when you're skinning them and trying to get their really all you're going to eat on them is their hindquarters on them. Okay. And I was really thinking about it, and then I was watching this YouTube video on how to clean a groundhog. I'm like, that's way too much work. So I just let the dogs eat them.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was one of those things. I was like, man, this is a big one. I should think about maybe trying it. And I don't know. It is a lot of work. I'm like, man, and then you taint it, and then you try eating it anyways, and it's just nasty. And I heard like horror stories on it. Everyone is like, do not puncture these scent glands. It will taint it pretty bad, and you will be very upset. So
that's why that's a little bit like, I feel like if squirrels tasted better, like I'd probably squirrel hunt a little more.
Oh yeah.
You know, like when you first started squirrel hunting, I was just trying to shoot things. Like I was just trying to go to the woods and shoot things, and it was fun. It was easy, and it was something like that. But then I'm like, these really don't taste that good. Like even compared to a rabbit, but squirrels do live their lives doing chin-ups. But like at least if you shoot a rabbit, right, you're like, dude, this isn't terrible eats. Like I feel like it's way better than squirrel.
I do too. I'm with you. I think rabbit's way, way better than squirrel. I've had squirrel a couple different ways, and really the only way I actually enjoy it is if it's made into a stew. Like honestly, in my opinion, like like squirrel stew or rabbit stew is probably the best you can do with small game, in my personal opinion.
Yeah.
I've had rabbit, pan fried, and it's decent. It wasn't bad. It's just I don't know, if in order to get a meal out of small game like that, you got to shoot a shit ton of them. And after you shoot a shit ton of them, it's like, I'd rather just rip the skin off and chuck them in a crock pot, rather than cutting them all up. And, whether you're going to bread like the squirrel hindquarters and stuff and have little squirrel legs and shit. Like, that's a lot of work for what you're getting out of it. It's like, I'm just going to toss the whole body in the crock pot and make a stew out of it. That'd be the best thing you could do with them. My personal opinion.
My buddy Dave, he's our team chef, and that's what he says. Every year he's like, dude, January we're going to be tagged out from deer season. We're going to go squirrel hunting and shoot us a couple. We never do it because lately we've been having trouble shooting some bucks, but it is on the plan.
Well, it's like after deer season and stuff, you're done and you're like, okay, cool. And you got families and stuff, like you got kids and I got kids. It's just kind of like, or I got a kid, but after deer season, you're kind of like, all right, I'm done. Like, cool. Way off my shoulders. It takes a lot for me to really want to get out and shoot squirrels. It's got to be like pretty, like a whole group of guys going out there or something like that. It's got to be a special moment, right? And everyone's got to be on board before I'm like, hell yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
And our deer season goes pretty long, and then we can shoot a lot of does. So I'll just, even if I tag out with my buck, then I'll go out and shoot does. Then I'd rather do that than squirrel hunt.
Yeah, I'm with you on like time away now with kids or whatever, and you can only be gone so much. Like you can only go to the range so many times and deer hunt so many times. It's like you got to pick and choose your battles there. But like back in the day, we used to squirrel hunt a little more, and going in September too is kind of fun. Where it's like it's fall-esque vibes. Like it's not full blown fall colors and cool temps, but you get some mornings where it's like 40, 50 degrees. Maybe not 40, but like 50 degrees or whatever. And I used to walk the woods a little bit. And that's honestly what like got me like, I don't know, a little bit better at deer hunting. A lot of times in college, like I'd be squirrel hunting and start figuring out where some deer are, right? Just from bumping them or seeing them eating oaks or finding, you're looking in the trees all the time. You end up just finding the first acorns, stuff like that. Now, dude, I probably have small game hunted like 3 times in the last 5 years.
Oh yeah. I mean, okay. So back in the day, it was just like game on. Like I'll hunt anything that's in season all the time because it's fun and I love doing it. That's before you had responsibilities and shit, So it's like a lot easier just to jump out and hunt every weekend and after school every day, is awesome. But I am with you where if I want to do any small game hunting or like waterfowl hunting, I'm doing it before deer season. Like I'm doing like teal opener in Iowa, which is like September something. And I'll go out there and I'll shoot some teal and do that, and maybe early goose opener. And maybe I'll get out and do a couple days here and there in October and do some goose hunting and stuff. But man, when I was younger, before I started bow hunting, I just went out gun season in Iowa, which is December. So we would goose hunt all the way up until deer season. Then we'd hunt deer for 2 weekends and go back and start goose hunting again. So I did a lot of waterfowl and hunting when I was a kid. Then I got into bow hunting, and I'm like, well, fuck geese. I'm gonna go out there and deer hunt, dude, with a bow and arrow. So
yeah,
and I like the way they taste better too. Like I'm not a huge fan of waterfowl's good. Like I think it's fine. It makes good jerky for sure, but it's just I'm not like if I get some geese, I'm like, okay, cool, like that's fun. But deer, like, my gosh, like it's way better. Like it's not even in the same ballpark as birds.
Yeah. No, I'm 100% with you there. Now, let me ask this: what was the budget or the firearm of choice in that time period where you were in the woods a little more and obviously money's a little tighter and you're like mid-20s? Because I think I bought a Remington 870. That was a good buy.
Mossberg 500.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, and Remington's gone down tremendously in quality.
Oh yeah. Well, they got hit with a bunch of lawsuits and shit, and filed bankruptcy and had to liquidate a lot of their assets and stuff in order to save the company. It was rough. Like they went through a really rough time.
Did they just close doors? Or one of the facilities closed doors that was legendary recently.
They sold Marlin. So Remington owned Marlin when Marlin sold. So Remington bought them, and they sold Marlin to Ruger. But no, and Remington's still running. Like it's still functioning.
I think I think one of their plants or something got closed down because I remember Outdoor Life had like a sign that they were closing shop and it looked like it'd been there forever or something.
Yeah,
some factory or something.
Remington changed ownership too during all that stuff, I think, and they're trying to crawl back now, which is good. Those I guess legacy companies like Remington and Winchester and stuff, you really hate to see them die. It's like they've been around since
you wouldn't want
1800s.
Ford and Chevy to disappear.
Yeah, it's almost like it's like GM. Like if Remington's dying, then wow, my voice squeaked. I'm hitting puberty. If Remington's dying, the fucking federal government bailed out GM. Like they should bail out Remington. It's like, come on. Yeah. If we're setting that precedence with like GM and stuff, like, hey, they're too big to fail. We can't lose them. It's like, well, you don't want to lose Remington too. Like they've been around since way before. I think Ford, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know when the Model T came out. Probably. I'm gonna say yes.
Dude, you laugh. I have a gun in the gun safe. My dad gave it to me this year. It's a double barreled from. I'd have to go look at the certificate. I want to say it's the late 1800s from Remington.
Oh no shit!
Yeah,
functional?
No, I haven't touched it. I probably won't fire it.
Damn, that'd be pretty sweet.
It was, yeah, dude. Oh, yeah, I've thought about it. So it's a double barrel, and I have the letter from Remington that it would have been my grandpa's brother sent in, said, hey, we have this old firearm. Do you know anything about it? Here's the serial. Here's what it is. And they wrote him back, and it's like, it's not handwritten, but it's a typewriter, letter.
Yeah.
With certificate. And it's like, it's dated, I think, late 1800s is when it was approximately built.
Dude,
it's cool as shit.
You guys take some pictures of that and send them to me.
Yeah, I actually mean to shoot some sort of short video because when my dad gave it to me, I was like speechless. Oh,
that's
yeah.
Badass.
Yeah. So I didn't know this about my grandpa, but he hunted before he found golf. I only knew him, but I have his old like 1970s, like brush pants and top combo with like, that old duck camo military.
Oh, yeah. Dude, that old duck camo, that shit's badass. Yeah. That's like my favorite camo type.
Yeah, so I have this hunting suit from the 70s. I've worn it a few times when I was smaller in my life, but I'm going to frame it and I want to put that gun over it in my basement.
Oh, there you go. That's badass.
But yeah, that suit no longer, I can't fit into it, but like, it's badass. It's got like the shell pockets. It's got the padded right shoulder. It's got the game tough. Like this thing had to be like, I don't know. If it was today, it was like the Sitka of the time with how well it's built. Like, I'm just like, wow, this is quality.
Yeah. I mean, that shotgun is it's a black powder shotgun, I'm sure. If it's from the 1800s, it's got to be. Smokeless powder didn't come out until early 1900s.
Okay, maybe it is. You know what? Like, the letter's upstairs in the safe.
Yeah.
I need to get that letter, like, I don't know, in a plaque of some sort, just because it's cool and preserved.
You need to do that.
Yeah.
For sure.
I put it in the safe because I didn't want the kids or nothing to, like, I was like,
I'm fucking booger it up.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, like, he gave me that within the last 6 months, and I've ordered that's a project I got to do here on a rainy day after deer season is put that suit up and get that gun mounted in the basement somewhere.
Yeah, I'm meaning to, cause I'm sure it's got the exposed hammers and everything.
Yes.
Yeah, dude, that's so badass. I need to go to a gun show sometime and find something like that. Just not one that's you can't shoot. One that's like so rusted up and fucked up where you can't shoot it. I don't need one that can shoot. I just want one like that just to put on the mantle, just to have on there, hanging up on the wall somewhere and be like, yeah. They're just badass. They just look cool over a fireplace. They just look super sweet. Like that's where it's meant to be.
Yeah, there's the old artwork effect of like just an old shotgun is just something special. Like I have an old Browning Sweet 16 in the safe.
Oh, and fuck yeah, those are badass, dude.
Yeah, they've got like the engraving that's a little more artistic. I think it's got like a pheasant on one side flying. Mm-hmm. And I don't shoot it all that much because I'm like, dude, this is a piece of artwork versus like I've got an 870 in there, and then I've got like a New England Firearms like Pump Master 20 gauge that's got a little better like walnut stock. Dude, I'll throw that thing in the brush to get some rabbits to kick out. Mm-hmm. But that Sweet 16, that's like the Cadillac, if you will. Like so
badass, dude.
And the 16's a great little like I don't know shell. Like I've heard somebody say it was the best cartridge that never kind of got momentum in the shotgun world.
It is. I'm a huge believer in the 16 gauge. My grandpa, he handed down to me his Remington 870 in 16 gauge, and that's
no way.
That's my favorite shotgun. Like I love it. Like I shot all those groundhogs. I did shoot a couple feral cats with it. Like I had a tomcat problem out here for a little bit there, and I had to shoot a couple cats. I didn't feel good. Well, I didn't feel good about it, but I had to.
Dude, cats are the worst thing for like whitetail, like small game species. Like, dude, cats kill for fun. Also, if you have a pickup truck, you park outside, that cat, I bet $100 will jump on your hood every time that engine's warm in the winter, and it will scratch the shit out of your hood. So, dude, they're fair game in my book.
Yep. No, farm cats, feral cats, they're a problem. They're a real problem, especially out here where I live. Like, everyone wants a farm cat. Like, farm cats are cool. They keep mice. Mm-hmm. They eat mice and shit.
Mice,
and whatever
snakes.
Else. Like, yeah, totally. I get that. Like, they're great. As long as they stay on your farm, but they're not going to because they're fucking cats, and they're going to run around and they're going to murder things. They are murderous little heathens, but then they'll cuddle up to you and be super sweet, but then they'll go kill everything. Like, they're insane. They can climb trees so well. They kill birds like it's nobody's business. And the pheasant population, like, holy fuck. Like, they fuck pheasants up, dude. Like, bad.
Yeah.
Pheasants and quail, they fuck them up bad.
I had permission. Actually, my buddy, his mom still lives there, but it was a really good rabbit hunting property. Like, just thick, nasty, couple of little fences. Like, for 2 guys, you can go there and kick brush and shoot 2-3 rabbits in February. Well, dude, the cats, she just started getting more and more barn cats in the rabbit population that, you know, most of those rabbits are about 150 yards off the backside of that barn. Like, it just, now we go there and we might kick one out.
And then you got to start kicking up cats and shoot them.
Well, those may or may not be on the drive list. But yeah.
That's rough. Dude, cats they're a real issue. And it sucks because I mean, I like cats. Like, if someone has a nice cat, like, cats, a good cat rules. A bad cat fucking sucks so bad. So it's like dogs. Like, dogs rule pretty much all the time. Even like a bad dog, you're like, oh, well, we can change them. And, you know, it's like I don't know, dogs just, they're your buddies. You know, cats are cool in their own right because they're so, I guess, just alone. Like, they're fine with you. They're fine without you. They don't give a fuck. But like a bad cat, they suck so bad. Like, they're the worst. I can't stand them. Like, I had this, like, that tomcat I had. He was huge. He's a big ass tomcat, and he just blew ass. He's the worst. So I just shot him. I'm like, I can't deal with you, dude.
Dude, we got
fucking my chickens.
We got
up.
a small chicken.
Get out of here.
Yes, we got the small chicken coop, and so it's like, dude, like any road cat, you're like, dude, I've got X number of $100 into these chickens between the coops, the feed, the time. You're like, dude, I can't risk it.
Nope. I have an orange cat running around my house right now. I gotta figure out a way to get his ass. Yeah, he's weird. I don't know. He's so skittish. He's this most skittish cat I've ever seen. I'll catch him outside, and he'll be underneath my truck if I park it outside. He'll just be hiding underneath there. I'm like, damn it, I can't shoot you under there. But then he'll just like run to the barn. I'm like, fuck. So then I'll get in the barn, and I just can't find him. I don't know where he goes. He just disappears. I catch glimpses of him here and there, but I never actually see him just like chilling where I can shoot him. It sucks. That other tomcat that I did shoot, he thought he was better than me. Like, he came out there and he was running around fucking doing his thing. I'm like, you son of a bitch. But I'd walk outside and he'd just like sit there and stare at me. Then I'd get like a little bit closer, like within shotgun range, and he'd just like bolt. And I'm like, you fucker. And then one day I just caught him in a tree. I'm like, you're done now, dude. You're so done now. Like, you fucked up. You got too confident. Thought you're better than me out here, dude. It's my house, dude. Get out of here. But I still felt bad about it, though. I shot him. I'm like, damn it. That didn't feel good. But I had to do it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. What do you do? So, do you have a bunch of cats out in your place? You said you live, like, kind of on the outskirts of...
Yeah, so I'm on the outskirts of Columbus. Yeah, so like, I don't know. We are right where, like, if we live 15 minutes south, like, we definitely would be more in the country. But, like, it's you know, there's a lot of, like, 1 to 5 acre lots on our road. There also is a trailer park that's down the way that I know some of those cats are coming from there.
Yeah.
Just, you know, it's like, dude, if you drive through there, you'll see like 3 or 4, and you're just like, okay, these are bleeding across.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the chicken coops new. We got those, I don't know, last spring. And this summer, like, occasionally, like, I'd just catch random cats trying to break in there, and it's like, dude, like, you know, you notice they're sneaking around for a few days, and then they're sneaking around the door, and you're like, I can't do this.
No, that's when you got to get the suppressed 17 HMR out there. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not fun. I don't enjoy killing cats, but sometimes you just got to do it. You know, it's like when they become a problem like that, it's like, it's not like a cute, cuddly little kitty cat anymore. It's a fucking issue. So that's the way.
Right. And at egg prices, I don't know, rewind 6 months ago or a year ago. That was
was
when we.
It's bad. It was real bad there. What were eggs like? They're like $7 a carton here. I think I remember it peaking at. And I'm like, that's ridiculous. I eat fucking like 10 to 15 eggs in the morning, depending on my mood. So I'm like, dude, I can't fucking afford that anymore. But I need to eat eggs. So I got some chickens for my buddy because he had a bunch of chickens and stuff. So.
Okay. Yeah. Do your kids like them?
No.
I think they're cool.
I mean, she does. Like the chickens?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she loves the chickens. She's like they rule. But she doesn't love eating eggs that much. Like she'll eat our chickens' eggs, but she won't eat like commercial eggs. She's like, they're gross.
Yeah,
she'll eat.
She's not fired up for omelets. Okay.
No, but she'll eat like a fried egg here and there. She likes some over easy, so that's cool. But she won't eat. She doesn't ever like request eggs. You know, it's like one of those things. Like, what do you want for breakfast? You know, and she's like, I don't know. I'm like, well, want some eggs? She's like, I guess. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, like pancakes is winning that debate all day. Like if you said pancakes or eggs, kids are choosing pancakes 10 out of 10.
Oh, 100%, dude. Pancakes, waffles, she'll eat like, dude, it sucks because like I'll make her like 2 eggs or 2 or 3 eggs or something like that, you know, and she'll eat, you know, an egg or egg and a half. I'm like, I'm full. I'm like, what? And then she'll turn around and devour fucking 4 pancakes. I'm like, oh, okay. So you just didn't want to eat any more eggs. I see what's going on here. Like, no, seriously, I was full. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah. Yep. That's kind of how our bunch is or whatever. But you know, the wife and I, we're both suburb kids, and here I got redneck hobbies, so we decided to move on the outskirts of town. And then I'm like, God, we're getting a chicken coop and chickens. You know, I don't know what I'm doing, but like, I don't know. It's kind of cool. It's like my kids know where breakfast comes from. So my boy's asking questions about shooting bucks and turning them a cheeseburger. I'm like, dude, you're a little more dialed than I was at your age.
Yeah, for sure. My dad, I deer hunt with my dad and stuff, but we didn't. We ate our deer obviously, but it was never like we didn't sustain our on deer. You know, like I am right now. Like I'm. I think I have 5 deer in the freezer right now. So I'm like, nice. Okay, that should last hopefully about a year. And, but I'm like trying to sustain us on deer, you know, like when I was a kid, deer was like a delicacy, like as a treat. We'd have enough deer meat for like a few months. Then I almost like fed that hunger to want to go out and hunt more, you know? So now I'm almost wondering if I'm spoiling my daughter by having just deer meat all the time and having it be like her norm. But I don't know. Maybe that's a good thing too. Yeah.
Plus, I mean, grocery prices, right? Like, I don't know. Like that's where we're feeling the most of this inflation. But it's like I didn't shoot any deer last year because like we had EHD breakouts. So like our group of guys, we kind of had like self-imposed rule, like probably not a good year to shoot does when farmers are finding 20 to 40 dead in ditches near the ground we hunt, right? Like, you know, it's just probably good self-control. If I like to see deer when I deer hunt, I probably shouldn't shoot does. So last year, no does, and I just didn't have a good buck encounter. But this year I've been a little bit, you know, more fortunate. My brother, I introduced my brother-in-law and he shot one. So I said, hey, if you're going to hunt this farm or this piece, I said, I'd like to split the deer meat. So I got half of his deer, and then I shot a deer on an out-of-state trip, a doe, and then I just shot a doe a couple weeks ago. So yeah, my freezer's good, but I wouldn't be mad here like a late season buck. I've been taking the stick bow lately, and I don't know. I got like 3 hunts left for the year, I think.
Damn, that's what I'm talking about. I had my last sit last weekend, and I'm done here until I might go out during the late. So in Iowa, we have it's a late antlerless season. So I might go out during that, and that's with rifles. Like you can use center fires, like whatever caliber. So that's pretty cool. But it's just because it's only for certain counties. Because each county, the DNR and biologists, they go out there and they do their surveys and whatnot. And basically, whatever counties still have excess doe tags available, then that's what you can hunt that late season for. So I might go out there and maybe I'll shoot another doe or two. I don't know. We'll see. But
have you looked at some of the because I think you guys are straight wall cartridge legal beagle now too.
Yeah, not actually. They just alleviated some of that, where it's not just straight walls anymore. It's 35 to 50, so 35 caliber, so 350 to 500 caliber. So like, 35 Whalen is legal in Iowa. 416 Rigby is legal in Iowa. Fucking 500 Nitro Express
and those are
is legal in
Iowa. Are those bottlenecks, or are those still straight walls?
Nope, those are all bottlenecks. Yeah, so the
is it 30-30 in?
No, because that's 30 caliber. So 35 caliber. So like a 35 Whalen is a 35 Whalen takes a 357 bullet, and all the 350 Whalen is a 30-06 necked up to 35 caliber.
Okay.
So that's legal in Iowa, but it needs to be 35 caliber to 50 caliber. Like 50 caliber might sound, it's obviously excessive, but that's the standard. But it's not. People aren't. The DNR aren't expecting people to go out there with a fucking Barrett 50 cal and rip deer in half. You know, that's not what they're expecting. They're expecting, you know, like a 35 Whalen or like a 500 Smith & Wesson with a handgun, or, you know,
44 mag or lever
44
gun.
mag or 450 Bushmaster, or like a 357 Magnum, you know, that kind of stuff. Like a 44 mag fucking lever action, those are in, like they're good to go, or handgun or whatever, you know. 357 SIG is fine, you know, all that stuff. So there's a lot of confusion before. So
I'm sure
there's like, fuck it, 35 to 50.
Have you looked at any of the straight walls for either you or you know, adding those to the collection? Because I've looked. One, I'm semi like I got kind of spoiled when I was, or ruined when I was younger, shooting a 30-06 and bruising up my shoulder. So I'm like kind of recoil, like I don't want to deal with that at all.
Oh yeah.
And I've thought about a 350 Legend for my son, because even like some of the companies make, you know, synthetic stocks that are adjustable. I know you can get an AR as well, but I would probably go get a bolt gun with a couple different stock configurations on the back end, and it could be daddy's gun until he's ready to go if he wants it.
You just get him an AR. Those 350 Legends and AR platforms are pretty sick. They're a little bit finicky with rounds through auto loading. So some of the bigger ones, like the Winchester deer season rounds, the heavier grain 350 Legend ammo for they're a little bit finicky in the ARs, just because like the bullet in it's longer. And it kind of sucks. Like it jams up a little bit. They're a little bit finicky. You need the lighter grains for the ARs, so they're shorter bullets, so they feed a little bit easier. But I mean, yeah, I'm a big advocate for AR platforms when they're with hunting. So I'm always going to tell people, like, yeah, get an AR fucking platform, 350 Legend or 450 Bushmaster, because in my personal opinion, it's been known that one of the major things that the Supreme Court looks at is when they're talking about banning certain rifles or certain types of guns, they look at, like, is this a commercial normal use gun, or is it specifically only for shooting people, right? And the left, or the anti-gunners, they like to look at AR-15s as being like, they're only, it's a weapon of war. You're not going to use an AR-15 for anything else other than killing people. So that's why we need to ban them, because they're just good for killing people. And the more that people hunt with AR platforms, the least likely it gets to be banned, you know? So the Supreme Court will look at it, and then the deer hunters, they'll get the hunting community behind the gun legislation and be like, dude, we use these for deer hunting all the time. Like, this is bullshit. Like, you can't take away my fucking AR because I actually use it for deer hunting. And then, you know, the Supreme Court looks at it and they're like, oh, okay, well, it's in common use, so we can't ban it, kind of thing, you know? So it makes it a lot harder to ban that weapon system when it's used in common practice for, especially hunting. Hunting is like a huge, it's a big one where even like the anti-gunners are like, well, we don't want to take away your hunting guns. We just want to take away the bad ones. So that's why I said that.
Yeah, and I saw they just came out with like a 400 Legend recently. I think Winchester. Like, now that's like, in my opinion, like, it's not proven yet. So like, I don't know if I would go buy a rifle in that caliber. Like, I just feel like, you know, that seems to happen occasionally, where like this cartridge comes on scene, but it doesn't take, and so you buy a firearm in it, and now you're screwed looking for ammo.
Yeah. Well, whenever they come out with new calibers and new rounds and shit like that, it's like you got to look at like why. Like, why did they come out with this? Like, what's the need? What was the need that they're trying to fill here? And me personally, I don't know. I saw that 400 Legend come out. I'm like, why did you do that? Like, the 350 Legend is perfectly fine. Unless they're trying to replace the 350 Legend, because a lot of people think it's not enough ass. There's not enough ass behind it. Maybe they're trying to make just a lighter recoiling 450 style. You know, like, okay, well, let's give them something a little bit bigger than a 350, but not quite a 450. Because a lot of people shoot the 450 and they're like, that's just too much. And they shoot the 350 and they're like, oh, not quite enough. You know, so it's like, well, okay, so I guess the 400, there it is. But,
so yeah, we'll see if that one sticks around and plays. I feel like too, like I feel like the 40 cal has had that happen to it in the handgun world, where like when I was in college, the 40 cal was the cartridge. Like, oh, you've got this almost 45 ACP and it's got more ass than 9mm. And like, I kind of went MIA from like the gun world, and really in the last couple of years, honestly, it's the kids, because I'm doing less deer hunting, scouting, and hunting in general. It's like, but I can go out back and shoot a couple rounds. I find myself a little more in the firearm space. I'm like, dude, how come 40 cal is just not what it was in the 2010 time period?
So when 40 cal got popular, is because the FBI adopted it as their service cartridge, and then a bunch of other law enforcement agencies across the country were like, okay, well, if the FBI is using that, then we'll use it too. And they're just trying to get away from the 45 ACP, because the FBI statistics and stuff, they were doing a lot of research and everything else and doing their stats, whatever bean counters do and stuff. And they were looking at it and they're like, okay, what really wins gunfights? Is it the man stopping power of a 45 where you hit them once and they're going to die? They found in their research, like generally that's not the case. You know, it's like generally what wins gunfights is volume. So they realized like a 45, you can fit more. Like a 40, it has
a clip,
stopping,
just a mag.
It has a stopping power name because it's still a 4 in it. You know, it's still got a 4 there. So it had a reputation of being like a hard hitting cartridge, and you could get a couple more rounds in the magazine with it. But then they did some more research, and they ran with that 40 cal for a few years or however long they did it. And then they just did more and more research, and like, well, honestly, when you're talking like ball ammo, like full metal jackets, like, the 9mm kind of sucks compared to a 45 and a 40. But when you're talking, like hollow points, like defensive cartridges and stuff, when you're talking about that type of situation that cops they use hollow points. They don't use fucking full metal jackets. They realize that the 9mm has plenty of ass behind it and plenty of killing power behind it. So they're like, well, why don't we just use 9mm, because we can fit way more rounds in the gun than compared to 40 or 45. So it just kind of became that thing. Like 45 was like the old school, like cemented in history type of round, and 9mm just surpassed both of them because of they just did the studies and realized like that's really not the case. Like the man stopping power is cool and all, but when you miss, it doesn't matter. And if you only have 7 rounds in the magazine and the other guy's got 15, then who's going to win? You know, when you run out of 7 rounds, you still haven't killed the guy, and say you're shooting shot for shot, you know, he's got fucking plenty of ammo to kill you with, you know? So yeah, that's where that all came from. Like they're just
I never understood the because I saw the rise in popularity, and then I stepped away from the gun world for a couple of years, just hunting more really than anything, and came back to it, and I'm like, how come the 40's not around? So I appreciate that. I've been able to ask a few of these personal questions here tonight. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem, dude. Yeah, I don't know. It's just I don't know. It's just fun to dive into the histories of things and everything else. So it's like, because you're right though. There's a lot of cartridges out there that became super popular for a little bit, and then they just kind of died off. And honestly, where the generally kind of in the civilian market, where the military and like law enforcement agencies, where they kind of start steering, is where the general population kind of steers to. So it kind of makes sense. Like the 40 was, and the 40 is not a bad round. It's kind of one of those things where it's like, why? Like, if I want something big, I'll shoot a 45. If I want something smaller, I'll shoot a 9mm or a 357 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, just didn't really make much sense. I think that's why it kind of died off.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, but so why did you said you were in the gun world a lot more back in the day?
Yeah, well, just like I was way more into firearms back in the day.
Okay.
Kind of in my like early college years where I was getting guns and ammo. I was watching Thursday night at the range in the dorm that had the outdoor channel. I just was a little bit more into it. One of my dad's friends, he'd shoot in bowling ball matches on Sunday, so I went and did that with him a few times. Where I think they had like a cap division and then a open division, and then you'd shoot 22s at the end and you were just shooting the tops of bowling pins, and that was kind of cool. And shot sporting clays here and there, with the old man back in the day a lot more. And yeah, I was much more in the know, and like I said, I was into it, and I always envisioned myself buying a lot more guns. Yeah, I just got bit by the deer hunting bug so bad. Yeah.
That's easy, though. That's easy to get
into. Yeah, that just ate me up for time and money.
I did the same thing, though, honestly. Like, when I got into bow hunting, I was like, because never since I was a kid, I've been into guns and just loved, like, shot a lot. I grew up on an acreage, so my dad gave me a 22 when I was, like, real young, and I just would go out and shoot, birds and rabbits and squirrels and shit out in the backyard quite a bit and fucked around with that. Kind of like the same way that you were saying, I think. And I've always loved guns. I joined the Army at a young age and did that thing for quite a while. And I've always been around guns. I just loved guns all the time. Then I got back home. I got out of the Army and got back home. My buddy Matt Moon, he got me into fucking bow hunting, and he's like, "Yeah, just come out with me on one season, see how you like it." I'm like, okay. So I did, and I ended up shooting a small buck. I'm like, holy shit, that was fun. So then I just fell into bow hunting, and I did the same thing, though, because it's so hard to learn something new, like archery, and then also keep up. So like, I had a couple years span there, too, where I was just like balls deep in archery and trying to figure that whole game out. And once I
and money don't grow on trees either. It's like, if you want to buy a few guns, or do you want to like buy a nice couple stands, or maybe you got to pay for gas for scouting, or a lease, or camo, bows, like all that stuff is cash. And generally guys in their 20s, you're not making a ton of it.
Yeah, and that's the thing with bow hunting is it does require a lot more time to be successful. Time, and honestly, with time and kind of comes money, where it's like, you want to find an unpressured piece, whether it's public or private, and, figure it out. And it does take a lot of time to get good at it. And that's why guys love archery, like bow hunting and stuff, especially so much. Cause like, well, it's so much more of a challenge and this, that, and the other. And I get that. And I agree, but, with gun hunting, especially in Iowa, where you party hunt a lot more and do deer drives and shit quite a bit. You can you have a lot more free time if you're just gun hunting. So when it comes to that kind of stuff, but bow hunting does require a lot of time from you and stuff, and it's just getting into it, especially when you're in your late 20s and getting into bow hunting. You're kind of like, you already have a kid and a family and all this other shit, and you're like, fuck, but you just lose track of time, and you end up like every free moment I have, I'm trying to figure out this bow hunting thing, and it is fun. It's just it's a totally different way to hunt. I don't even like comparing gun hunting to bow hunting, because it's just two totally different ways to hunt, and they're both fun in their own right, in my opinion. But I don't know, it's different, that's for sure. It does take time. Especially if you're trying to find an unpressured piece, like private and stuff and leases and all that other shit. But that's a whole other conversation there too.
Oh yeah. That's a whole podcast in itself.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I don't know. We're at about an hour and a half, and I don't want to take up your whole night. I know you're a busy guy and all, but I don't know. I guess so we didn't really get into. So you do like Whitetail Experience. Like, you have a YouTube channel and all that good stuff. Like, can you kind of tell us about all that real quick? and kind of how you got into all that shit and everything else.
Yeah. So, let's see here. I think Whitetail Experience has been around for 8 years, and that's like basically a YouTube channel, a brand. And when we started, we were wanting to film our hunts and do that thing. And honestly, I've morphed it into more of just a general YouTube platform where it's gear, it's hunting topics, it's our hunts, it's definitely evolved over the course of time. We've done some podcasting here and there, just long form conversation is always, I don't know, it's cool, right? Like people get to know you much better on that kind of aspect. But I primarily, I still have a day job, but it's a passion project, and I've kind of developed some skills in kind of the photo video world and done some cool projects over the years, both in the space and then outside of it. And that's kind of my side hustle, if you will, is I do some videography or whatever, and work with some brands in the space. But yeah, sure. It's been fun. I started, I think, 4 to 6 months after Kurt and them officially launched. Like Kurt and I have kind of remained really good friends, and I don't know, I can bounce a business idea off him. I texted him the other night about my son being a Cracker Barrel and talking about a buck on the wall, and he didn't know who shot it. And I was like, Kurt thinks it's funny because he talks about his daughter, having deer heads on the wall. And I don't know, he's just been a good asset to me as far as just both guys entering the space and me kind of doing it at a side hustle level is a good way to describe it. And yeah.
Oh, for sure. Kurt's awesome. He's a great guy, and he's a great guy to, know and bounce that stuff off of. And even though you're in two, I guess, similar but different worlds, where you're more video content focused, and he's more audio content focused with podcasting and long form podcasts and shit like I'm doing too, and all that good stuff. But I mean, he knows the industry very well. He has a lot of good connections and stuff, and he's definitely. I wouldn't be doing this right now if it wasn't for Kurt and Eric, and obviously Doug and stuff too. But like Kurt and Eric specifically, because they with working class and all everything they've done. But yeah, they're definitely good dudes to have around, bounce ideas off of. But so, did you guys start, or is it just you? Do you just do Whitetail Experience, or you have a whole team behind you kind of deal? Or?
Don't get me wrong. Like, it's a group of guys. We were all sitting around working on a truck, drinking beer, and said, let's film our hunts. We were big fans of Whitetail Adrenaline at the time. This is a little bit before some of the public land boom, which kind of helped springboard us to, I don't know, get some better views on YouTube. Mm-hmm. And obviously back then we're like, oh, we're all going to do this. And realistically, like nobody else on the team has a computer, knows how to edit and drives the boat. So they still film their hunts and we'll put them on the channel. But as far as like day to day and some of the business aspects of Whitetail Experience, like it's all me. Okay. But it's still fun. We're all, we all have kids now versus when we started. We really, I was the last one to do that or whatever. And that essentially takes you out of the woods significantly from our late 20s time period of our lives. But, it's one of those things that, we still hunt kind of as a team where we'll still scout pieces or share info or, some of the guys, we're all hunting on the weekends. It's just not as coordinated as what it used to be. So I would say Whitetail Experience is kind of, mainly myself, but there's a couple other guys that are involved with the brand.
Awesome. Yeah, no, I mean, I've watched quite a few of your YouTube videos and stuff like that, and I think I've been following you around on like Instagram and all that shit too for quite a while. So, I mean, I think you guys you're putting out some pretty good stuff. You're doing a lot more like short videos, like short videos.
Yeah.
Like the hunting public, they're more like they got super popular out of kind of. I guess not really out of nowhere, but kind of like they kind of blew up out of when they started. But they're doing like, it seems like a lot of the hunting content, they're really focused on like that 30 to 45 minute to hour mark of videos and stuff. And what I like about you is you're putting out like more bite-sized content, which is always nice. You know, when I'm getting ready for like work and shit and everything else, I can pop one on and learn something. So it's always nice.
Yeah. Like I love like a 3 to 10 minute video on a certain subject, or maybe it's a gear test video. Maybe it's that's kind of my realm. Yeah. And I want to keep the pace moving because like people got shit to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm like, if I was going to go, I don't know, do a video on if I was going to show you my home gun range, right? Like, you know, I got a couple plates set up, and I would make that video 2 to 3 minutes, but I might shoot it a little better. Like I sometimes throw some extra B-roll in there because I like videography. Like I'm a little bit into that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's kind of what the channel was built on. And yeah, we occasionally get lucky enough and shoot a few bucks and obviously put our hunts on there. But yeah, it's more of a hunting YouTube channel than really anything.
Yeah. I mean, my wife and I, we kind of fucked around with some videos. We have a couple Victory Drive videos on the Working Class Bow Hunter YouTube channel. I mean, we're not pouring a lot into it just because it's so time consuming. And with podcasting and full-time job and family and hunting and doing all this other shit, it's tough getting out there and recording shit. But it's just something I just need to start doing more of because it's fun. It is fun. Like once you get into the videography and you start putting everything together and you put it out there and you watch it and you're like, damn, that was pretty neat. You know, that was fun. Like that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's different for sure. And that's kind of something that I'm thinking about with this podcast too, is like, I love these long form conversations and sitting down and really getting to know somebody and having all these awesome guests on that I've been having on, and very fortunate for, you know, people like you coming on and giving me the time of the day and talking and stuff. It's an absolute blast. And I love doing it. I'll never stop. I won't stop doing this, but I'm definitely thinking about, I've mentioned it a few times on the podcast too, where I'm thinking about putting out more, episodes, like just solo episodes, and they'd be shorter, like bite-sized content, like very topic specific, whether it's like, you know, certain cartridge or gun or, you know, just topic in the industry, whether it's like 2A stuff,
I love that idea,
that kind of shit, and just make it more bite-sized. So if someone doesn't have that much time, they can just pop on and like, oh shit, that's an interesting topic that Jake's going to go over. But it'd just be me talking.
Yeah, like that 40. Yeah, that 40 cal talk would have been awesome. The rise and fall of the 40 cal. You could do your 3 to 5 minute. Just you knew the history.
Yeah,
and you could talk about it. You know, and if you had a couple of notes, you might pull out like a specific firearm or actual capacity numbers. But dude, like I would immediately push download on a 3 to 10 minute podcast that says the rise and fall of 40 cal.
Right, and that's kind of what I'm thinking too. Is like I would love to start doing more of that for the listeners and stuff, because I know it's a commitment when you get on there and you look up Victory Drive and you're like, oh shit, like, okay, he talked to this dude for fucking 2 hours and he talked to this other dude for 3 hours and, you know, hour and a half. You know, that's generally what my podcasts are. I try to keep them, when I have guests on, I try to keep them no less than an hour, and I try not to go over like the 3 hour mark. Sometimes we've gotten a little rowdy and went pretty long, but you know, it's like, I understand that's a commitment to jump on and be like, oh shit, buckle in. It's a 3 hour long episode this week, you know, kind of deal. I get that. So that's why I want to put out more bite-sized content in a podcast platform and just kind of keep it going that way. I just need to do it. But my problem is like, I'm just sitting there thinking like, okay, well, what if I sound like a fucking idiot? And you know, and like, I don't know. I'm a little self-conscious is all, but I just need to get the confidence and be like, you know what, just fucking do it, Jake.
Dude, I think you're well spoken. You got the voice for it. You go for it, man. I'll go cringe and look at my videos even from like 2 years ago, right? Like the only way to get better at solo podcasting and micro content is to do it.
Yeah, for sure. And that's what everyone says that's in this space, like content creator, if you want to call it that kind of space, where they're like, you know, you hear that from a lot of like successful ones, like, man, I like go back in the archives and dig up some of my old shit. It is bad, but that's how I got to this point now, is by just doing it and just figuring the fuck out and realizing what people like and what they don't like and how I suck, and then just got better at it. So I just need to find the time, put it aside, and start doing it. But yeah. It's fun. It'll be a fun project. I set a goal. I'm gonna start doing it in 2024 for sure. So I was thinking after, you know, after, like, I was thinking after trade show season and stuff, but I might start before then. I don't know. We'll see. But
I like it.
I'd like to.
I like it.
Fuck yeah, dude. Well, did you have anything else that you wanted to throw out there?
No.
I mean, you got a lot going on, so.
Yeah. No, I enjoyed the firearm talk tonight. Like, totally different than any other podcast I've been on, and I don't know a ton, but I like to BS about guns.
Oh,
yeah, we're red-blooded Americans, but no, I appreciate it, and yeah, if guys are interested in, I don't know, I would call our channel. It's a YouTube hunting channel, a little bit more on the DIY and probably a little more of the run and gun side of things as far as some gear tests and stuff like that. Check our channel out. But yeah, I appreciate you having me on tonight.
Yeah.
We'll look forward to maybe doing I now got my eye on a Springfield 1911. So
there you go. Good. Yep, for sure. No, I really appreciate you coming on, Byron. And well, maybe when we get going a little bit longer and stuff, some other time we can pop on and actually go over some like whitetail tactics and all that kind of stuff and what you've seen, because you do a lot of like public land hunting and stuff too, don't you?
Yeah, a little more big woods focused, I would say, over the Midwest stuff, which there's plus minuses, a little different game sometimes.
Yeah, for sure. No, I'd love to go over some of that stuff at a later date for sure. So, well, yeah, I appreciate it, Byron. Thanks for coming on again, man.
All right.